What's up, guys? Your boy, 20K13. I'm going to give you guys your wrestling news wrap up for May 28, 2015. Big update on Rusev's status for this weekend, and what might be an indication that he will be unable to compete at Elimination Chamber on Sunday night. WWE has pulled Rusev from this weekend live event. Rusev was scheduled to face John Cena in steel cage matches leading up to Sunday night. However, he has been replaced by Kane. As noted last night, should Rusev be pulled from Elimination Chamber, it's likely he will be replaced by Bray Wyatt. More detail on why Sasha Banks missed the last NXT taping. Is she injured? WWE confirmed Rusev's injury and provide update. WWE.com has confirmed Rusev is indeed injured and that he is currently being evaluated for a lower leg injury. WWE has not confirmed Rusev's status for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on Sunday, but as we noted a moment ago, Bray Wyatt could be his replacement if he is not cleared. As noted, WWE NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks did not appear at last week's TV taping following TakeOver Unstoppable. According to the Wrestling Observer, Banks suffered some type of shoulder or arm injury at TakeOver, although previous reports suggested Banks was not injured. We do know that Banks' fiancée, Miz Cage, who is the new WWE NXT Steamster, was knocked unconscious during the TV taping last week. And it's being said Banks went to the hospital with him after the injury. Banks was scheduled to wrestle a match which would have been on the 4th episode of the taping, but did not as she left to be with Miz Cage. It's possible Banks went into her unstoppable match against Becky Lynch already injured, or she might have suffered it at the live special. But we will continue to update this developing story as more information becomes available. More detail on why Scott Hall was pulled from GFW. NXT Diva possibly headlining special. WWE creative likely liking 2 weeks pay-per-view break. As noted, WWE Hall of Famer Scott Hall profile was pulled from the Global Force Wrestling roster page following TMZ report that Hall was escorted out of an appearance due to intoxication, while report noted Hall might have been pulled from GFW due to a potential WWE NXT job. The Wrestling Observer is reporting Hall was in fact pulled from GFW because he was drunk at the festival in New Jersey. After the TMZ news story broke, GFW officials made the decision to cut ties with Hall. There had been talk that the WWE NXT Diva might headline the next live NXT special on the WWE Network. With the reception the NXT Divas matches have been given as of late, talk has sparked of having them main event a special. Believe it or not, there have been some WWE creative team members who like the concept of 2 weeks between pay-per-view events. As is the case with Payback in Elimination Chamber, those on the creative team who prefer the process like the 2 weeks focus, as they can set up angles, write the go-home TV show, and then move on without having to come up with 4 weeks of TV to push the same matches. The latest backstage detail on Rusev's injury status. Will he be replaced at WWE Elimination Chamber? As noted, Rusev appeared to have suffered some type of foot or ankle injury at last night's WWE SmackDown taping. And according to the Wrestling Observer, the injury is legitimate. The severity of the injury is unknown at this time. WWE does not yet know exactly what the injury is. There was talk that Rusev was trying to downplay his injury following last night's taping, as he is scheduled to compete for the vacant IC title in an Elimination Chamber match on Sunday night. As of now, if Rusev is not cleared to compete on Sunday night, he might be replaced by Bray Wyatt. When does Ring of Honor contract with Destination America expire? More detail on negotiations, when they knew, and how it all affects TNA. The sources, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. While the announcement that Destination America has acquired broadcasting rights for Ring of Honor shook the wrestling world today, taking nearly everyone by surprise, both parties have been negotiating terms for several weeks. Dave Meltzer noted that the decision to begin airing Always was made prior to the company sending out the alleged memo about the cancellation of Impact Wrestling, although a deal was not completely finalized until this past week. Destination America will be given Always a tryout on their network, as the syndication deal only lasts until December 2nd for now. Running them together with Impact gives them both a chance to develop strong viewership, and if the experiment works, it's possible they could change their mind on cutting TNA altogether. As we have reported, the decision to continue airing Impact Wrestling comes down to money, as does everything in the TV industry. Pro wrestling is expensive to run, and there are many lucrative advertisers that refuse to run their ads doing pro wrestling content. So what Always offers Destination America is a much less expensive alternative. They may not reach exactly the rating TNA has, but the cost difference makes that largely irrelevant. The best case scenario is that people tuning in for Always stay for Impact, or the people tuning in for Impact stay for the rerun of Always after. Wrestling fans tuning in for one are much more likely to stay for another wrestling program. It's not like running cops or bar wrestling on Spike TV and hoping some of those viewers stick around to watch a wrestling show. Backstage news on plan for first Tough Enough episode. Performance Center reportedly understaffed. Rock X managing WWE Diva. This comes from the Wrestling Observer. It's being said the WWE Performance Center is currently very understaffed, with employees working grueling hours to get all their work done. Because the Performance Center operates on a strict budget, it appears as if the facility is unable to hire additional help. And while NXT is not a huge moneymaker right now, it's seen as something very important to the future of WWE. With regard to the first episode of the new season of WWE Tough Enough, there had been talk that the first show would be focused on contestants trying to make it into the house. The show will likely be filmed at the WWE Performance Center, and by the end will have the actual cast set. WWE Diva Eva Marie is apparently being managed by Danny Garcia, who is The Rock's ex-wife and is the co-founder of her and The Rock 7 Bucks production company. Marie posted the following on Instagram while attending the premiere of San Andreas with Garcia, and I quote, "Such an incredible feeling to be standing alongside Danny Garcia at the San Andreas premiere. Danny is a champion of women's empowerment and an all-around role model to women everywhere. Truly blessed to be on her team. They say that you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with, Surround yourself with the type of people who you would like to become more like and see how your attitude, thought, process, motivation, and life change for the better. Hashtag all read everything, hashtag WE, hashtag grateful, hashtag always bet on red, hashtag my manager is more ripped than yours. WWE possibly changing its tune on signing former TNA champion. Update on Big Show and Randy Orton TV return. Big Show and Randy Orton have been kept off TV by WWE as they are not booked in matches at Elimination Chamber. Both Show and Orton are expected back on WWE TV following the pay-per-view this Sunday night. Following his departure from TNA, WWE reportedly had little to no interest in AJ Styles. However, they might have changed their tune regarding the former TNA champion. Because WWE plans to have 3 touring brands by 2016, with NXT being one of them, the company wants to load up on as much talent as possible. Styles is currently the IWGP champion in New Japan, and while he is reportedly content there, WWE is interested in signing him. Who replacing Sami Zayn on Australia tour? Seth Rollins confirmed the curb stomp is no more. Angle call for TNA fan support. Finn Balor will be replacing Sami Zayn on the upcoming WWE tour of Australia. Zayn is currently out of action with a shoulder injury. Following today's news that Destination America will be broadcast on Ring of Honor TV, Kurt Angle tweeted the following, and I quote, "I've been with TNA longer than any wrestling company. I am proud to be their world champion and stand up for the people who support me. I know all the Kurt Angle fans will stand up and support Impact Wrestling move to Wednesday, 9 o'clock on Destination America. Show your impact." As we exclusively reported, WWE is prohibiting Seth Rollins from using the curb stomp finisher, and following this week's TV, it appears as if Rollins will be using the pedigree going forward. During a recent Q&A at the Wizard World Comic Con in St. Louis, Rollins confirmed he will not be using the curb stomp anymore and has the following to say about using the pedigree. And I quote, "Never say never. If he will use the curb stomp again, you never know. But for now, yes, for the extended period of time, the pedigree will be the finisher moving forward." Backstage news. When did Destination America Impact decide to cancel TNA Impact Wrestling and more? Regarding Destination America's decision to allegedly not renew TNA programming on their network, the decision was officially cemented 2 weeks ago with a company-wide memo that was sent out to all Destination America employees. That part of the reason the memo referencing Friday night as a move to Wednesday night was a very last-minute, last-ditch effort to try to increase ratings. Destination America sent out a memo to employees that notified them that the cable network had made their decision not to renew TNA and to use the rumor out clause to get out of their contract with the wrestling promotion in the last week of September. Below is part of the memo that was sent out to Destination America employees 2 weeks ago. Destination America is not renewing TNA Wrestling next year. While the ratings were strong, the audience was not large enough to justify the program investment. We plan to honor the current contract and continue to air original episodes of TNA Wrestling on Friday night, through the end of the third quarter 2015. When the Up in Front rate card is released, the Friday night anthology title will now be called American Tales, which will be a combination of paranormal and American programming. I hope this is good news given all other advertisers that include TNA on their DNA list. For what it's worth, TNA is not able to negotiate with other television networks while under contract with Destination America. But you can bet your you know what that they will secretly try to contract other networks during this time. Now that word has leaked out that Destination America will not be renewing them. To be completely honest with you guys, TNA should actually be thanking the Dirt Sheet for the early heads up on the situation. As noted earlier, Destination America didn't want word leaking out that they were canceling Impact, and they were shocked when it surfaced online. Here is a new promo for this weekend Evolve 44, taking place in Ronkonkoma, Long Island, New York on May 31st. The promotion also has a show set for May 30th in Woodside, New York. Brock Lesnar being advertised for even more WWE TV taping in this year's Battleground pay-per-view. As noted, Brock Lesnar is being advertised for the June 22nd WWE Raw taping at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Facebook page of the All-State Arena in Chicago is also advertising Lesnar for the July 6th WWE Raw taping. The following had also been sent to WrestleZone by several readers. An email sent from WWE and the Scott Trade Center is promoting that Brock Lesnar will be appearing at WWE Battleground on July 19th. For the first time in over 2 years, the Beast Brock Lesnar will be live in St. Louis at the WWE Battleground pay-per-view. See what unfolds when Brock makes his return to action at the Scott Trade Center on Sunday, July 19th. In addition, you will see United States Champion John Cena, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, St. Louis own Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, the Divas, and many more as the WWE Battleground pay-per-view comes to St. Louis for the first time ever. Kevin Owens working main WWE roster after Elimination Chamber. NXT Champion Kevin Owens is being advertised for a 6-man tag team match alongside The Big Show and Seth Rollins against the team of John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose for the July 13th episode of Raw at the All-State Arena in Chicago, Illinois. As of this writing, Owens is not advertised for any more main roster WWE event, but that could always change. TNA resigned former tag team champion. How to get Elimination Chamber outside the U.S. poster for upcoming Batista movie. If you live outside of the United States and do not have access to the WWE Network, Elimination Chamber this Sunday night will be available via pay-per-view, according to WWE.com. TNA executive John Gurburik has tweeted the following, and I quote, "Happy to announce the Wolf, Davey Richards, and Eddie Edwards have re-signed with Impact Wrestling. The following is the official movie poster for the upcoming horror comedy LA Slasher featuring Dave Bautista. The movie co-stars Danny Trejo, Misha Barton, Andy Dick, Eric Robert, Tory Black, Brooke Hogan, Marissa Norman, and Drake Bell, and open on June 12th in select theaters. More backstage news on Dixie Carter filming a reality TV show. What type of content has been shot? How might it affect TNA? As noted, Dixie Carter has been shooting footage for a potential reality TV show, and according to the Wrestling Observer, cameras were filming her at the last set of Impact Wrestling taping. Additionally, Dixie recently gave a speech to all TNA employees about not believing what you read on the internet. And apparently that speech was also shot for the potential reality show. Dixie introducing Billy Corgan to the TNA staff at the same set of Impact Wrestling. Same set of Impact taping was also filmed for the reality show. The worst case scenario for TNA is that it does not end up with a US TV deal. And if that turns out to be the case, the reality show could play a big part in keeping TNA alive. If a deal is offered for the Dixie Carter reality show, the idea would be for the show to feature Dixie running a pro wrestling company in a male-dominating business. Backstage update on Sasha Banks and WWE. Is she injured? The latest detail. And it's coming from the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Despite the fact that the word going around earlier this week was that Sasha Banks was not injured, the talk now is that she suffered either an arm or shoulder injury. Sasha was scheduled to work a match during the 4th episode of Thursday NXT television taping, but she ended up leaving to go to the hospital when her fiancé, Sarah Tom, working as Mickey, was knocked unconscious during a tag team match. Currently, it's not clear whether Banks went into her match at NXT TakeOver against Becky Lynch with the injury, or how serious it was if she did. And finally, another talent re-signed with Impact Wrestling today. WCW legend signed new deal with WWE. Share thoughts on Shockmaster incident. In addition to Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards signing new deal with TNA, the company announced this afternoon that Bram had also re-signed. 10-time WCW Tag Team Champion Stevie Ray, the brother and longtime tag partner of WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, has signed a new WWE Legend deal. Well, that's it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.